Hello, troops. Troop leading procedures are conducted at company level and below. Whatever mission you may have to accomplish, you need to always incorporate the 8 steps of troop leading procedures. The 8 steps are: receive the mission, issue the warning order, make a tentative plan, initiate movement, reconnaissance, complete the plan, issue the brief, and supervise and refine. You will find this format outlined in FM 5-0, the operations process, and FM 4-01.45, tactical convoy ops. Today you will learn how to implement these 8 steps to accomplish your mission.
Here's your mission. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. No questions. This is step 1. Receive the mission. Once you've received the mission in a Warno, Opord, Frago, or verbally due to time constraints, you must quickly analyze the mission and the unit's current capability and conduct a risk assessment. If additional assets are needed, you should immediately notify higher headquarters. After you receive and understand your mission, you must issue a warning order to your subordinate leaders and soldiers and whoever else will be participating in your mission. This ensures subordinate leaders have the key information needed to maximize their preparation time. Follow the 1/3, 2/3 rule. For example, if your mission starts 12 hours from now, issue your Warno within 4 hours and allow your subordinate leaders 8 hours of preparation time. Initial warning orders should include not only the 5-paragraph Opord format, but also route to and from the destination, manifest, and timeline. Okay, troops, we have a mission and this is your Warno. It is now 1000 hours. The enemy situation is they are known to use VBIEDs, IEDs, and small arms fire. Our friendlies are EOD, QRF, artillery, and air support. Our mission is to distribute no later than 1900 hours, Class 9 from Kandahar International Airport to Camp Smith. I say again, our mission is to distribute no later than 1900 hours, Class 9 from Kandahar International Airport to Camp Smith. The commander's intent is to accomplish the mission without loss of life or equipment. We're going to do this with 6 MRAPs, 5 HETs, and 1 Wrecker. We also have 3 M2s with 1 on our Wrecker, 2 M240 Bravos, and 2 Mark 19s. We're going to have 8 20-foot containers of Class 9, so one of our HETs will be used as a bobtail. Based on MET-TC and mission variables, order of march will be MRAP with M2, a HET, MRAP with Mark 19, which I will be in, then another HET, then an MRAP with 240 Bravo, a HET, then an MRAP with Mark 19, then another HET, then an MRAP with 240 Bravo that my assistant convoy commander will be in, then the HET bobtail, the Wrecker with the M2, and in the rear, my last MRAP with an M2. Our route will be MSR Arizona. Our convoy speed will be 30 miles per hour. Catch-up speed 35 miles per hour. Intervals are 100 meters on the highway, 50 to 75 meters in urban areas. All battle drills and actions on contact will be conducted in accordance with our unit's standard operating procedure. Along our route in the last 24 hours, there has been small arms fire at grid 41 Romeo, Quebec, Quebec, 60101 89304. So gunners, be on the lookout. Keep your eyes open and maintain situational awareness. For service and support, these are the vehicles, weapons, and personnel we have on hand. Medevac and Casevac plans will be conducted in accordance with our unit SOP. For command and signal, succession of command is myself, the ACC, then by name. Call signs are in accordance with our unit and platoon SOP. Any questions? Timeline as follows. 10:30 hours. Vehicles need to be topped off. At 1100 hours, leaders need to make sure all soldiers have their MREs. At 1200 hours, all vehicle commanders for the Casevac and recovery, my ACC, will check to make sure you have all your necessary assets. At 1330 hours, all vehicle commanders conduct rollover and internal rehearsals. At 1430 hours, stage vehicles in march order and mount crew-served weapons. At 1600 hours, I will conduct the convoy brief. After that, we will fill radios and perform radio checks. At 1730, everyone will rotate to chow, leaving someone on the vehicles and weapons. At 1815, we will conduct last-minute rehearsals, and at 1900, we will SP. Any questions? All right, let's move out. Now it's time to implement Step 3, make a tentative plan. The convoy commander develops a plan for execution by determining all specified, implied, and essential tasks found in the higher headquarters OPORD and commander's intent. Restrictions and limitations must be identified, considered, and implemented. The mission must include consideration of current rules of engagement and escalation of force policies. The convoy commander also coordinates with the S2, movement control element, engineers, area security forces, other units, and the military police to assist in development of the enemy situation. Okay, guys, does anyone see any problems or have any concerns with the order of march of the vehicles or the plan?
No issues, sir.
No, sir.
Remember, once we get to our destination, let's hurry up, download the cargo, and get back to the FOB for any possible add-on missions. Okay, let's stick to the timeline. No exceptions unless I know ahead of time. Now it's time for Step 4, initiate movement. Army leaders initiate any movement necessary to continue mission preparation or position the unit for execution, sometimes before making a tentative plan. They do this as soon as they have enough information to do so, or when the unit is required to move to position itself for a task. This is also essential when time is short. Movements may be to top off vehicles, stage vehicles, gather intel, or create strip maps. Step 5 is reconnaissance. Whenever time and circumstances allow, Army leaders personally observe the AO for the mission. No amount of intelligence preparation of the battlefield, IPB, can substitute for first-hand assessment of MET-TC from within the AO. Unfortunately, many factors can keep leaders from performing a personal reconnaissance. The minimum action necessary is a thorough map reconnaissance, supplemented by imagery and intelligence products. In some cases, subordinates or other elements such as scouts may perform the reconnaissance for the leader while the leader completes the other TLP steps. Another good form of reconnaissance is other units who recently took those same routes. Army leaders use the results of the war game to identify information requirements. Reconnaissance operations seek to confirm or deny information that supports the tentative plan. They focus first on information gaps identified during mission analysis. Army leaders ensure their leader's reconnaissance complements the higher headquarters reconnaissance plan. The unit may conduct additional reconnaissance operations as the situation allows. This step may also precede making a tentative plan if there is not enough information available to begin planning. Reconnaissance may be the only way to develop the information required for planning. Step 6 is complete the plan. All convoy briefings are verbal orders. However, several planning products should be completed and used during the briefing to include a sand table, strip maps, convoy manifests with number of personnel, number and type of vehicles, and weapon systems. You would also want to include battle roster numbers and destination. Some units may call this a trip ticket. Now it's time to issue the order, or conduct the convoy brief. This is Step 7. Small unit orders are normally issued verbally and supplemented by graphics and other control measures like you see here in this room. The order follows the standard 5-paragraph OPORD format: situation, mission, execution, service and support, which is now called sustainment in accordance with FM 5-0, and command and signal. Typically, Army leaders below company level do not issue a commander's intent. They reiterate the intent of their higher and next higher commander. The ideal location for issuing the order is a point in the AO with a view of the objective and other aspects of the terrain. The leader may perform a leader's reconnaissance, complete the order, and then summon subordinates to a specified location to receive it. Sometimes security or other constraints make it infeasible to issue the order on the terrain. Then, Army leaders use a sand table, detailed sketch, maps, and other products to depict the AO and situation. Troops, I'm your convoy commander for today's mission, and Sergeant York is my assistant convoy commander.
All right, sound off when I call your name. In the first vehicle, which is an MRAP with an M2, Allen.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Dukes.
Here.
Second vehicle is a Het.
The assistant
Travis,
convoy commander will conduct a roll call
Third vehicle,
and designate the
MRAP
order of the
R19,
vehicles.
Charles.
Here.
Black.
Here.
And the convoy commander. Fourth vehicle, another Het, Rainey.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
I'll now turn it back over to the convoy commander.
Okay, there's no change to the situation. The insurgents are still known to use VBIEDs, IEDs, and small arms fire attacks. Our friendlies are still EOD, QRF, artillery, and air support. Our mission, Alpha Company 1st Platoon, 1st of the 8th Transportation Battalion, will distribute no later than 1900 hours, Class 9, from Kandahar International Airport to Camp Smith. I say again, Alpha Company, 1st Platoon, 1st of the 8th Transportation Battalion, will distribute no later than 1900 hours. The commander's intent is to accomplish the mission without loss of life or equipment. Execution. We're going to do this with 6 MRAPs, 5 HETs, and 1 wrecker. We also have 3 M2s with 1 on our wrecker, 2 M240 Bravos, and 2 Mark 19s. We're going to have 8 20-foot containers of Class 9, so one of our HETs will be used as a bobtail. Based on MET-TC and mission variables, order of march will be MRAP with M2, a Het, MRAP with Mark 19, which I will be in, then another Het, then an MRAP with 240 Bravo, a Het, then an MRAP with Mark 19, then another Het, then MRAP with 240 Bravo that my ACC will be in, then the Het bobtail, the wrecker with the M2, and in the rear my last MRAP with an M2. Our route will be up MSR Arizona. Our convoy speed will be 30 miles per hour, catch-up speed 35 miles per hour. Intervals are 100 meters on the highway, 50 to 75 meters in urban areas. All battle drills and actions on contact will be conducted in accordance with our unit SOP. Along our route in the last 24 hours there has been small arms fire at grid 41 Romeo, Quebec, Quebec, 60101, 89304. So gunners, be on the lookout. Keep your eyes open and maintain situational awareness. For service and support, we have 6 MRAPs, 5 HETs, and 1 wrecker. We also have 3 M2s with 1 on our wrecker, 2 M240 Bravos, and 2 Mark 19s. We also have 8 20-foot containers of Class 9. Medevac and Casevac plans will be conducted in accordance with our unit SOP. For command and signal, succession of command is myself, the ACC, then by name. Call signs are in accordance with our unit and platoon SOP. Any questions? Okay, all vehicles should be staged and weapons mounted. It is now 16:30. My assistant convoy commander and I will conduct battle drill rehearsals with the platoon. Then after that, we will fill radios and perform radio checks. At 17:30, everyone will rotate to chow, leaving someone on the vehicles and weapons. At 18:15, we will conduct last-minute rehearsals, and at 1900, we will SP. Any questions? Okay. Bowers?
Yes, sir.
What's our mission?
Alpha Company, 1st Platoon, 1st of the 8th Transportation Battalion, will distribute no later than 1900 hours.
Good. Mackey?
Yes, sir.
What route are we taking?
We're taking MSR Arizona all the way up to Camp Smith.
Good. All right, let's move out. Finally, it's time for Step 8, supervise and refine. Throughout the troop leading procedure process, Army leaders monitor mission preparations, refine the plan, perform coordination with adjacent units, and supervise and assess preparations. Normally, unit SOPs state individual responsibilities and the sequence of preparation activities. Army leaders supervise subordinates and inspect their personnel and equipment to ensure the unit is ready for the mission. A crucial component of preparation is the rehearsal. Rehearsals allow Army leaders to assess their subordinates' preparations. They may identify areas that require more supervision. Army leaders conduct rehearsals to practice essential tasks, identify weaknesses or problems in the plan, coordinate subordinate element actions, improve soldier understanding of the concept of operations, and foster confidence among soldiers. At the end of the day, if you implement these 8 steps in your planning and truly make them a habit, you will have a good, solid plan to work from, and your soldiers will definitely have a better understanding of their mission. This will make the mission go smoothly, and your unit will be ready for anything.